So welcome to part 2 of this workshop. This is a very dense course for the beginners, and therefore I would like to make it interactive. So two things. First, this will host together with me an online Q&A with viewers after this video is uploaded. And two, please comment under this video with your questions. I will be answering them for as long as I can so that others can find more information reading the questions and answers. And please do write your questions, since I would like these videos to be accessible to as many people as possible. And your questions will not only help you, but also other people that will be reading answers to your questions. Great, let's start. I have already copied my files from the memory card onto my PC. To keep things organized, I like to first create a project folder. And inside that project folder, I create another one called raw. And this will contain all of my raw images that I took today. We can start working on them from here. We could also delete some images that are not good. We could copy them, the ones that are good, onto another folder. We can rename images, but there is a much more efficient way of doing it through an app called Bridge. So let's open it. Here we have several panes, and this one in the middle is the one that contains all of our content. And let's organize our space a little bit. I will close this panel over here. I'll keep the filter. I'll close collections. I'll close publish, close this one. I'll close keywords, and I will drag and drop metadata tab next to my preview tab over here. Great. And I'll move the preview to the left. So when I click on an image, I will see a preview of it over here. If I click on it again, I will magnify it to 100%, and I can drag different areas to see how it looks in terms of sharpness and detail. Click on it again and it will reduce. Another way of looking at images is by pressing space on my keyboard, and then I will go into full screen mode. If I click on it once, I'll magnify it to 100%, click on it again, it will come back to default. I can hit on escape on my keyboard and I will go back to Bridge. I can select another image, hit space, click on it, and then have a look at it 100%. And from this view, I can also press left and right arrow keys on my keyboard to go to the next and previous images. Now our task is to sort out the images. One way to do it is to, let's say I want to select some of the images. Let's say these ones over here, like this, this, and this, doesn't really matter. I can rename them one by one and type something like 01 select, 02 select, and so on. Or I can create a new folder which is called select, and then drag images I want to work with one by one. But a way more efficient way to do it is through something called filters. So let's undo. I can select images by giving each image that I want to work with a star. So let's say I want to work with this image right here. I can zoom in a little bit. And then if I decide that I want to keep this image, I will give it a 1-star rating over here, like this. And then I can do it also from the full screen view. To give it a 1-star, I'll just press 1 on my keyboard. And notice how this star appears on the left bottom corner of your screen. So I'll do it from this view. This one is good. Press 1. This one is good. Press 1. Good, 1. This one is also good. I'll press 1. This one is good. Press 1. A bit overexposed. 1 on this one. No. one for this one, and one for this one. Okay. Now I went through a lot of the images and I've selected 10 of them. And if I click now on 1-star rating over here, you see that there is already some images that have disappeared. So for example, this image right here disappears when I hit on 1-star rating. Okay, so I'll just continue and let's zoom out this a bit and then let's drag images over here. This one over here and this one over here. So I need to select some of them. So when I look at this image, this one is not sharp at 100%. So what I will do is I will click on this icon right there to remove a star. So that one disappears from my view. And another way to remove a star is from the full screen view is just to hit 0 on my keyboard. And this one now has no stars, as you can see from here. Good. These two are pretty similar. I'll keep this one, I'll remove this one. Okay. Now these ones are very similar. It doesn't really matter. I'll just remove this one. Okay. So now I have selected those images that I want to work with. And as you can see, for each of the images, I have an overview. I have just the work itself, and then I have a close-up, and the same for this one. You can take more images from different angles, but for the sake of the exercise, we'll keep it this way for now. Okay, so I will select all of the images and double-click to open it in Photoshop. Now my image is opened in Camera Raw. It is a Photoshop plugin that treats raw images, and this is sort of a darkroom when working with film, but just with digital files. We have different panes over here. Over here we have light that can adjust the exposure and different luminosities. We have color for white balance, vibrance, and saturations. We also have optics that we will be using today. And we will have geometry tab right here that we will be also using. Okay, so let's start with this image over here. Now, this image looks already kind of good. It has correct exposure. The white balance is more or less okay. But there are some problematic issues that we will see later. In terms of exposure, I don't need to adjust much. If I look at my histogram, it is okay. What I can do is I can click on highlight clipping warning and shadow clipping warning. So you see here is that when something clips, when something is at too bright or it has no information, just the whites, it will highlight it in reds. But in this case, it's not a big deal because it's in a reflection, so we will just ignore it. And I will just increase the exposure a tiny bit. I will decrease the highlights a tiny bit, and then I will decrease the shadows to add a bit of more contrast, something like this. And then the blacks too. Good. Highlights a bit up. So now I can toggle before and after. So this is before and this is after. Okay, maybe there is a bit too much contrast, and I will up the shadows a bit, and I will do that the same thing with blacks. Maybe the whites, I'll pull them a bit down. Good. Now in terms of the color, if you look at these areas over here in the shadows, or in the shadows around the white bars, They are a bit on the bluer side, so I will push them a bit towards the yellows, tiny bit. And now I don't know if you can see it through the video, but what I notice on my screen is that it is a tiny bit towards the greenish tone. So I will push it a bit towards the magenta, just a tiny bit. So I went from 4 to 7 right now. Good. So this is before and this is after. The colors on the wall are not completely white. It has still a bit of tone, and that is natural, but we will work on it later in Photoshop. Okay. One thing which is problematic over here is that there is a bit of a angle which goes on this edge, especially of the pedestal. So I want to correct it. So I'll do this through the geometry tab. So here this is perspective corrections. So if I click on A, which is auto, it will do a good job. Another way to do it is by drawing the guides. So I need to provide Photoshop with some information, which lines are straight and which lines to reference to make them straight. So better to show than to explain. So I will drag a horizontal line over here, the line which is problematic. Now nothing happens yet, but if I drag a second line over here, and I can press on Alt on my keyboard to precisely adjust it, and then release, you see immediately that these two lines became straight, and then I can further adjust the position like so. Good, and now I can do the same thing with the vertical lines. Alt, okay, something like this towards here. Good, and then this line as well. Good, and then like so. So now this image is straight. Good. Now what I want to do is I want to bring the same corrections, except for geometry, onto these two images. So on this image, we've adjusted the light and the color. So I could do it manually by copying all the numbers to this image and this one. But instead, what I can do is I can do it automatically via a function which is called sig settings. So to do that, I will first select the reference image, and then I will select the images onto which I want to paste these settings. So I select it. So I will select the reference image first, very important, and then the images to which I want to paste the settings. I will right-click on it and click on Sync Settings. So here, as you can see, this is the different parameters or different settings that will synchronize. So profile, high dynamic range, light, etc. We've brought changes onto light, it's ticked, onto color, it's ticked, and also we've done crop and geometry, but we will not be syncing crop and geometry because geometry is individual to every picture. So I click on OK. And you've noticed perhaps that the changes applied to both of these images right here. And they look very similar. Right? Okay. So now I will adjust the geometry corrections on both of them. Here I don't have any vertical lines, so I will only adjust the horizontal ones like this. In case these are two parallel lines like that. Good. And then for this image, I don't really need to adjust the geometry. Good. So now I will continue with this one. And on this one, when I look at it, I need to adjust the exposure a tiny bit. So I will bring it a bit down like so. I will bring the shadows a bit down. Maybe not that much, like this. Blacks tiny bit. And the highlights are good. Now, I don't know if you notice, but there is a bit of the blacks on the corners of this image, and this is not because the walls are actually black, but it is because of the optical aberrations. Another optical aberration is that this line over here is not straight, it's curved. So I can correct them automatically. In my optics tab, I can press on use profile corrections, and it will straighten my picture. Great. I'm satisfied with my image. I can sync the settings with this one. Okay, good. Yep. Now when it comes to this image, this one is way different, and it was taken at different settings than this one. And then therefore we cannot sync them, because if I sync them, the settings will be completely off. If I try to sync, yeah. So I will not do that. So instead what I will do is I will try to match the luminosities on both of the images. I can do it by eye, and I can also have a look at the histogram over here, and then trying to match the positioning of these two bumps, this bumps for the wall, this bump for the wall, and this bump for the picture to the same position. So this bump over here needs to go a bit to the right, and this one probably needs to go to the right as well. So I will increase the exposure like so. What I can do also, I can sync just the white balance. Sync settings, check none, color. Okay, now these two images have the same white balance. And now I can push my shadows a little bit down, and the whites maybe a bit down like this, maybe exposure even more, something like this. Have a look at this one. So the bump for the wall is over here on this image, and the bump for the wall is over here, maybe a tiny bit lower. Good. I will adjust the optics as well on this one. And I will adjust the geometry on all of the pictures. So I will click on auto. It usually produces good results. I can also click on this one. This is the option which adjusts both horizontal and vertical lines and makes them straight. This one only applies for vertical lines. This one only applies for horizontal lines. So I'll click on this one, and it didn't do much because the image is already kind of straight. Yep. Good. Now what I can do is I can click on done, and Photoshop will save all of the changes, and it will save them not in the original raw file, but it will save it in a separate file next to it, an XMP file. So in case you're wondering where this XMP file came for and what does it contain, it contains all of the information about different adjustments that you've just done in Camera Raw. So now let's open all of these images in Photoshop. I can select the images I want to open, and then I click on open. And when I open, these settings are saved as well, just so that you know. Okay, so now all of the photos are open in Photoshop. First of all, if the Photoshop layout looks different, just select the same workspace as I have. So you click on photography. The main quality of Photoshop is that it's designed around layers. this allows us to work in a non-destructive way. That means that every time I need to bring a change, let's say to add contrast, the original image is not affected. And we do it by layers. So let's say I want to add saturation on this image. I can, if I do it in a destructive way, what I do is I click on Image, Adjustments, Hue Saturation, and then I can increase saturation, right? Okay. So now if I decide that this is way too much saturation, I cannot bring a change because the original image is affected. So the way to do it is that I press on Ctrl Z, is to work around layers. So if I want to increase the saturation of this layer, I go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and Hue Saturation. A quicker way to do it is via this icon right here, Hue Saturation, and then I can add saturation. And then later in time, if I need to go back and adjust the saturation, I can slide it back. Now, every layer has few things. Here are our layers. Here's our background layer. Here is our hue saturation layer. And if we look at this hue saturation layer, it has several things. I can toggle the visibility of it. So let's say if I increase it, I can make it visible or not visible. There is the adjustment itself, and then there is the mask of the layer. So what is a mask? A mask is actually something very important. It is a map, if you want, that tells Photoshop where the layer needs to be applied. Now, if you look at this rectangle over here, this is the mask, and it's all white now. And white color in the mask means that it is applied fully, that it is applied everywhere. When it's black, on contrary, when it's black, the black areas define where the adjustment layer is not applied. So if I take a brush and I select just the black color here and paint on the mask, make sure the mask is selected, you see that I'm excluding the areas where I'm painted black from this hue saturation layer. So I can Control Alt on it, and this is my actual mask, or if you want, a map, right? So if I want to go back and then make everything visible, I just paint everything with white, like so. Good. Now let's go back to my view, Alt press on the map. So here, if we go back to the adjustment and reset the adjustment, put it to 0. What this image could benefit from is that the areas around the pedestal and around the wall have a bit of a bluish or yellowish color to them. So what I would like to do is to apply the hue saturation layer by decreasing the saturation only to the white areas of my image. So when I decrease the saturation, you see that the art and the floor is unnaturally desaturated. So the way to do it is to exclude the areas from this hue saturation layer. So this flower over here, this one, and the floor needs to be painted black. So one way to do it is just with the brush. So I adjust my brush size to something like, it's too small, something like this. And just paint these areas black. So you see already the change happening when I'm painting over it. Right? So good. And then I can zoom in over here and I can adjust my brush size. So when I click on the Alt, click on the mask, you see which areas are excluded. This was a bit imprecise. Here you don't necessarily see it, but you see it very clearly when the change is drastic. So you see that I missed some areas over here. I went too far over there and went too far over there. So we need to make it a bit more precise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it and then select the whole thing. And then I'm going to paint with just white over here, right? And this should be done. Control D, and then I press on Alt again. So what I need to do is I just need to select the parts of the image that needs to be painted black. To do that, the most efficient tool is Object Selection tool. I'm gonna zoom in and select this thing. Wait a bit. Great. And then I'm gonna hold Shift, and then you see there is a plus sign appearing on the cursor. That means when I press Shift, no, I don't want this. When I press Shift, it adds to the selection. If I don't hold Shift, it just makes a new selection, like so. But when I click on Shift, it adds to the selection, like so. Press Shift again, and add it to the selection. Then I will select the floor, like so. Like so. Good. So. And then like so. And then tiny bit over here. And select my brush tool and paint everything which is selected in black. Great. Like this. So. This could be a bit bigger. Control D to deselect. So now I'm very happy with the result. Another thing here is that I forgot, or rather I was a bit too lazy to remove these screws before taking the photo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit it, and this is a question of ethics of what features can be removed and what cannot be, and we will not gonna go into this discussion, and I think everyone should figure it out for themselves, but nevertheless I would like to show you a proper way to do it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna instead of working directly on the background layer to remove this, I'm gonna work in a non-destructive way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this layer. Okay, and then I'm gonna work on the background copy layer. I'm gonna use healing brush tool. So I'm gonna, if I press Alt, I'm gonna define the area which Photoshop will reference to remove this screw. So for example, if I press on this crack, it will copy the crack over here, right? So I Command Z, so something similar just below it, like so. And then here I actually need to press on a crack, like so. Good, so now I have before and after. This one made a bit of a mistake. Click on Alt and then here. So now here I see before and after. Good, so what is left to do here is to crop the image. I use the crop tool, and then the ratio here is defined 3:4. So when I resize it, the proportions stay the same, 3:4. So something like this, and a bit down. Yeah, this should be fine. Double click. Good. Now I need to save this image as a JPEG file, but I'm not going to save it in the same folder as my raw folder. I'm going to create another folder next to my raw JPEG, and I'm going to save it there. Image, file, save a copy. Then I'm going to click on JPEG, and then I'm going to go onto my JPEG folder and save it there. Save. Okay. Good. Now if I want to save it in a lower resolution for web, I can also do that. I'm going to create another folder called web, and I'm going to save it there. No, I'm going to first resize it. So let's say 2400 pixels in height, or on the longer side. Click on OK. File, save a copy, and I'm going to save it in my web. Okay. I can also save it in a Photoshop format, which is editable, so all my layers here will be preserved. I don't really need to, but in case you want to work on it later on, you can create another folder called PSD and save it over there. So save as, project, PSD, save. Okay. Now we can close this image. So now I can just continue working on other images. So I'm going to apply a hue saturation layer. Now here, let's do it a bit differently this time. Delete layer mask, delete this one as well, layer, start new. Let's use our object selection tool. Select the flower. Okay, great. This did a good job. Select my vase. And now, if I apply hue saturation layer, it will only apply to the flower. So what I need to do instead is to invert my selection. Now my flower and my vase is selected, but what I actually want to do is I want to select the wall around it. So I'm gonna click on it and then select inverse. And when I create my new hue saturation layer, it already painted the mask over here, as you see. So I click on my adjustment, and then I can modify the hue saturation layer in a way that it only affects the wall. So -16 should be fine. Do I need to crop it? I'm quite glad with the result. Save a copy. I'm gonna save it in my JPEG folder. JPEG, save. Good, okay. I'm gonna close it. No, I'm not gonna save it as a Photoshop file. Okay, here, let's do the same thing. I'm gonna select this one over here. This one over here. And then this. Okay. Hue saturation. A bit down. No, you see what I did here. It now applies the hue saturation layer on the flower. So I need to start anew. I'm just going to delete everything. And then here I'm gonna select inverse and then create the hue saturation layer and decrease the saturation. Good, I'm gonna crop it. I'm gonna set the proportions 3:2, and then I'm gonna center this a bit more. Yeah, this should be fine. Good. Save a copy in the JPEG. Save. So now we've saved all of our images, and let's go on to creating a small PDF portfolio out of these in InDesign. Let's go on to InDesign. Let's click on New File. Let's drag this one here, and then select Print and select A4 for the size of our canvas. We'll have landscape orientation, and then we'll tick off facing pages, and then we'll increase the amount of pages to 10. We can always delete them later or add new pages. Click on Create. Okay, so let's make sure we work in the same workspace. I have it on Advanced, as you can see. Also make sure that display performance is on high quality display. Great. Now let's type the title and information about our first work. Now, the way InDesign works is, unlike in Word, Pages, or other word processing software, it does not allow you to directly type on a page. You need to define an area or a box where the text will be contained. So I select my text tool and define a box where my text will sit, like so. Now I will type the title for my work. I will also add year. I will also add size and technique. And I will also add some information about the work. And now you see that the text overflows the box, and this overflow is defined by this red square with a cross. So I will resize the box. I will select my selection tool and resize it so. This will do. Now let's add some formatting. I will select this text and then let's say put something like this. And I'll have it that in bold as well. This one, let's do. Great, now let's define another box for a new work on the next page and type some information. So I will go on to page 2 and we'll type. We obviously want some continuity between these two boxes. Let's just put them next to each other. I'll Command X, select my first page and paste it here and zoom in. So we want the same styling for the title. We want the same style for the year, dimensions, technique, and the description. We could obviously try to match the style for each text box, but it will become tedious when you will need to do it over a span of 10 or even 5 boxes. So we will make it more efficient, and we will define a paragraph style to every text type. So my title will have its own paragraph style. So we'll do the year, the size, and the technique, and another paragraph style will be defined for the artist statement. By the way, the artist statement is not absolutely necessary. I'm showing you this just as an example. So to define a paragraph style, I will select my text tool. I will place my cursor somewhere on the title. I'll go into paragraph style, and you see that the list of paragraphs will be appearing here. And then to create a new paragraph style that will have the same properties as this text over here, where the cursor is, I will press on create new style. So now you see that paragraph style 1 appeared. And then let's just rename it. I will double click, and then I will name it title. And here I can define all of the different properties for this paragraph style. Make sure you have the preview on. And for example, what I would like to do is to increase the space between the title and the year. So we'll go to indents and spacing, and then I will increase the space after. Like this should be fine. Okay, I'll click on OK. Now I will define the paragraph style for my year. So I will select my year, and then I will press the plus icon, and now you see paragraph style 1 appeared. So let's go ahead and rename it. Let's put the new name. I'll call it technical. Good. Okay, so now you see when I select my title, when I place my cursor, or when I select it, you see that the title paragraph style is highlighted. It means that this paragraph has the title paragraph style. When I press on the year, the technical is being highlighted. But when I press on the size, it is still on basic paragraph. So what I will do is I will just click on technical, and it will apply the technical paragraph style onto this line, onto this paragraph. I will do the same for the technique. Good. And I will define a new paragraph style out of this text, and then I will name it, let's do statement. Okay, and I would like to increase the spacing between the technique and the statement. So I will go on to indents and spacing and increase the indent before the first line. So something like this will do. Okay, now we have two text boxes, and we obviously want to have continuity between different styles of the texts across two different boxes, and even more if you have more works to show in your portfolio. I could obviously just do it manually, but a more efficient way to do it is by just applying the paragraph style. So here I have my title for 3-dimensional work, and I will create, and I will click on title, and then it changed. I will do it for the technical information. I'll put in technical, and then I will do the same for my statement, like so. Good. And now let's say if I want to change the font for the titles, I don't need to do it individually for each title. I can just change the paragraph style. So I'll go on to title, and then I will just change the font. Let's say I want to change the font size. I'll go from 14 to 12. And then you see that the font size changed for both of the works. So in this way, it becomes very efficient when you work with many works for your portfolio. Click on OK. Let's place this one onto another page. So I'll Control X, then I'll go to page and select page 3. Now here we will also need to make sure that both of our text boxes on our pages is placed in the same place. So here, for example, I could be using the margins of the page, but if I want to have it, let's say here, I need to make sure that this one is also placed in the same place. So to do that, the easiest way to do that is to use something called parent page. And you see here there is an A parent, which is empty now, and there is page 1. And page 1 and all of the other pages now has this A icon. And this A icon means that this page has a parent, a parent. So everything I put on this a parent will appear on all of the pages. So for example, if I want to put my name, you will see that it will appear on page 1, page 2, and 3, and so on. And if I want to, let's say, exclude this text just from one page or several of them, I can click on the page, right click, and then click on Apply Parent to Pages. And then I will apply None, click on OK. And now you see that page 2 doesn't have any text, I mean my name, but the page 1 and everything else has. So let's go ahead and revert that. Apply parent to page, a parent. Okay. I don't think I need my name to be appearing on every page, but so what I will do is just to remove it. I'll select the box, backspace. A parent can be very useful in terms of having guides appearing, the same guides appearing on every page. So if I drag out my horizontal guide and my vertical guide, these guides will appear on every page. Then I can go ahead and match the placement of my text box across different pages. So, and now the width of these two boxes is probably different. So I will go and create another guide to match them in width. So something like this. And then in page 1, then I can match the widths for both of them, like so. Doesn't need to be here. And now if you want to have a look at your page without any boxes or any guides and lines that will not appear on the final product, you can switch the view to preview, like so. Looks good. Let's go back to normal, screen mode, normal. Now let's go ahead and place the first image. Let's go to page 1, then select this work. What I will do is I will just drag it onto my InDesign. And when I click on it, whoa, it really became very big. So what I need to do is I need to resize it to match the page dimensions. So if I go ahead and resize it, you see that what I'm doing is I'm only resizing the box in which this image is contained. So in order to resize both the box and the image, you need to hold Control. And it will resize both the image and the box behind it. Good. So now I want to also have another guide for the bottom of the page. I'll go to a parent, and then I'll put it somewhere over here. So now I can press Control and resize it. Another way to do it, and more efficient way to do it, is to drag it, to drag an image, and then release the cursor, and then don't click yet. You see that an icon is appearing. And what I can do is that I can click and hold, and then I can drag it out, like so. And then I will define the dimensions by dragging it out. Now it needs another guide on the right side. I'll just create another guide here. Something like this. And then I can resize my image according to the guides. So, okay, let's place our third image. Let's drag it here. So I drag it, I release it, and then I click one more time, and then I hold it. Like so. Great. And I can do I can drag several images at the same time. So I select this image and I will press Ctrl, and then I will drag them, both of them, at the same time. So I will click, and then I will click and hold. I will drag it out. So, and now my second image appears. Then I will also place it here. I can also change the order of the images. Let's say like this. Click on Control to resize. And then this one, I can place it here. This one like this. Then I can hold Control. Okay, in this case I need to hold Shift as well to keep the proportions. And they are more or less the same in height. You can select both images and resize them at the same time. Like so. Maybe like this. Good. So now let's switch to our preview mode. And now we have our portfolio ready. Let's save this document. Save as. I will name it portfolio. Okay, so now if we go back to Bridge and go to our project, we have, what we did is we saved an InDesign file. An InDesign file is not a file which is readable. It is a file like a Photoshop file that you use for editing the images or editing your portfolio, I mean. So what we need to do in order to send it to someone else or to send it to print, we can export it onto a PDF file. So what I'm going to do to export it into a PDF, I'll click on File, Export. And then you see already that the name appeared, portfolio.pdf. I'll click on Save. And then I have all of the different options for exporting my portfolio. What I will do is I will change the output. I will change the color profile, or I will convert the color profile onto Adobe RGB. I'll click on Convert Destination, and I will use Adobe RGB here. What this does is that, from my experience, Adobe RGB as an embedded color profile in this PDF will best represent the colors in our images, and it will avoid having compression artifacts such as color banding in gradients. So I'll click on Export. And if I go back there, so now you see that my portfolio has been exported. And what I can also do is I can export each work individually. So let's say I want to export my first work, the two-dimensional work, and I see that this work is documented across the first 3 pages. So what I will do is I will click on File, Export, and then I will name it as two-dimensional. Click on Save. And here you see that I can define the range for the export. So here it already is 1 to 3. So 1-3 means that it will export pages 1, 2, 3. Good. Make sure that your output is in Adobe RGB, and when you click on export, the two-dimensional work appears, and it only has 3 pages, as you can see here. Okay, so if we look at our portfolio and we go to metadata, you see that it has a small file size, and the reason for that is that I have compressed the file quite a lot. So what I will do is I will rename this. Click on the title and click in compressed. And then if I want to save it in the highest quality, I will go on to File, Export, Portfolio, Save. And then in compression, you see that my image quality is at high. I can put it on maximum. And then this is, the resolution is set to 200, so I'll put it to 300. For images above 350. Export. And now you see that the portfolio now is at 1.63 megabytes, while the compressed portfolio has was reduced in its size. So this is very useful when you send the application where they require you to stay below a certain file size. So again, to do that, you can experiment with different resolutions. So I click on Save, click on All, make sure your output is set on Adobe RGB, and then compression. You can change the image quality like by putting it too high. I would avoid going to medium, low, or minimum, because this will introduce a lot of artifacts, but high is usually fine. And you can play with different resolutions. So by default, it stays at 300. You can decrease it to 250 or even 200. And then by exporting it with different options, you will see when you will reach the required file size. Great. I wish you best of luck with documenting your works. Check out also Eamon's video on Visp that gives you principles in terms of presenting your work to your viewers. All the best, and bye.